Welcome to the Sketchy Podcast. Unfortunately, Justus wasn't able to make it today, but we have a very special guest who many of you have been asking for. His name is Jeffery Epstein. However, he's not the Jeffrey that we all know. It's different. I'll just let him explain. Jeffrey, why don't you introduce yourself? Jeffrey?
Oh yes, sorry. I zoned out for a second. My name is Jeffery Epstein, but not that Jeffrey Epstein, a different Jeffrey Epstein. Thank you for having me on the Sketchy Podcast.
Yes. We got a guy on the podcast whose name is Jeffery Epstein, and we're gonna get into it today.
Let's get into it, because a lot of people are very confused by why my name is Jeffery Epstein.
And that's why he wanted to come onto the podcast to set the record straight, right? Because it seems like it's been causing you a lot of problems, you were telling me?
It's been causing me a lot of problems, let me tell you. A lot of stuff has been going on in my life. If you guys only knew what it's like having a name, Jeffery Epstein, you would probably be on this podcast too, trying to set the record straight.
You were telling me there's 15 other people, around 15 other people statistically with the name Jeffery Epstein?
Yes, that is correct. So when the scandal happened, my life went to complete shit. And I basically lost contact with anyone who was close to me because nobody wants to be close to a Jeffery Epstein. So what I did was I went on Facebook and I started one of those Facebook groups. And I basically sent it out. I said, is there anybody named Jeffery Epstein out there? If so, please contact me. So I posted that. And what do you know? 15 other Jeffery Epsteins responded. So basically, there's a Jeffery Epstein Facebook group that I started, and we all meet once a week at the Boys and Girls Club, and we all just talk about our issues and our problems in life, and we all have similar issues.
You meet at the Boys and Girls Club?
You know what? Now that I've said that out loud for the first time, we should probably switch that up. That's kind of not a good place to probably meet with the name Jeffery Epstein.
There's just 15 Jeffery Epsteins meeting it.
Yes, I don't know why we chose the Boys and Girls Club, if I'm being quite frank. One of the other Epsteins chose that location, which we should probably check on him because that's a little strange now that I'm thinking about it.
So why don't we get into this here?
Yes.
What was your life like pre-scandal compared to after?
Yes, I mean, life pre-scandal was phenomenal for me. I mean, because as you know, the real Jeffery Epstein prior to the scandal was quite the guy. I mean, let's be honest. Everyone knew him. Everyone loved him. He was friends with all the politicians, with all the athletes, all the artists. They all loved him. They all wanted to party with him. Let's be honest. So having the name Jeffery Epstein, everyone would always say, "Oh wow, your name's Jeffery Epstein. Do you know the real Jeffery Epstein?" And I'd say, "Yes, we're pretty close." I would say we're close, even though we weren't close, because I just wanted to have that reputation that I was close with the real Jeffery Epstein. So basically, I was living in Palm Beach at the time because I figured, let's utilize being named Jeffery Epstein since it had such a high, power of the name and the person who was Jeffery Epstein at the time. So I would use his name and I would make reservations at the biggest clubs and the biggest restaurants in Palm Beach. And I would call in, I go, "Hey, it's Jeffery Epstein. I'd like a table." And they would basically give me a table like at some of these high-end restaurants because of my name, just because I was Jeffery Epstein. He was so respected. So basically they gave me all of it, and it was great because you could not get into these restaurants unless your name was Jeffery Epstein. So I was basically sorry, I have to think about it.
Take your time.
So basically I was getting into these restaurants that nobody can get into unless your name is Jeffery Epstein, and I was basically flourishing, hanging out with who's who, and they all wanted to be friends with me just because of my name. And I was loving life, the amount of women I was getting just because of my name, and everyone just wanted to be associated with Jeffery Epstein. I mean, I was just living the high life prior to the scandal. And then the scandal happened.
Hold on. Before the scandal, so you were just impersonating Jeffery Epstein, like you would pretend to be him?
Pretty much, because a lot of people knew of the Jeffrey, but they couldn't put a face to it. And then they would see my ID and they'd be like, "Oh, I guess he is the Jeffery Epstein." So I would just play like I was Jeffery Epstein. And, he wasn't the best looking guy either. So not that I'm not a good looking guy, I'm pretty good looking. I mean, let's be honest, I'm kind of a ladies' man, just as you can tell just by the way I look. So put that with my name, I mean, I was basically rolling in the I mean, it was constant. I mean, just because of the name. And I was hanging out with Kanye. I was hanging out with LeBron James, Jay-Z. I was hanging out with Donald Trump. I was hanging out with him as well. I saw him at a couple parties. And so I was living the high life. I was hanging out with Bill Clinton. And then the scandal hit, and I went from living the high life to living the low life. But in a blink of an eye, my life changed. I went from being at the top of the mountain to basically having no one in my life now. Everyone treats me like complete shit just because of my name, even though I have no association with Jeffrey Epstein whatsoever.
Well, other than you impersonating him for how long were you doing that for?
I was doing it for like 5 years. I mean, who wouldn't though? I mean, the guy was at the top of the food chain. I mean, it's like if your name was LeBron James, you're telling me you wouldn't impersonate LeBron James? But here's the thing. I also didn't tell you this. So in a way, I was actually a lot closer to Jeffrey than you think, because he has a lot of properties in the Miami area. And I used to squat in one of his houses because he wasn't at a lot of his houses. And then the security would check my ID and it would obviously say Jeffrey Epstein, so they'd let me in. And I was basically living in one of his houses for about 2 years, which was incredible, by the way. There was, for some reason though, there was a lot of massage chair tables in there and baby oil and weird pictures on the wall of naked women. I don't know what that's about, but it was very strange.
You lived in one of Jeffrey Epstein's houses. You squatted
for about 2 years.
In one of Jeffrey Epstein's houses.
Yes. Not that I didn't have my own home. I did. It's just I wanted to try it. And one of my friends dared me to. They said, I bet you can't get into an Epstein house. I said, oh, just wait. Just watch. And I tried it. And the next thing I know, I was like, I'm never going to leave this place, because it was an incredible home. I mean, it was like living in paradise, really. So I was living there for about 2 years, and yeah, that was great until obviously the scandal hit, and then I was out of there in a blink of an eye, because the FBI started raiding his houses. So I went out the back and swam across the water and into one of the other homes, because the FBI raided the house, and I didn't know.
Into another home?
Because you know how he lives like on one of, what is it, like there's like a river type of thing. So then I swam across to another home because I needed to get away, because
another unrelated home.
Yes.
What happened there? You just went into someone's house, or did you?
It was a close call. I mean, thankfully they went home, so I just went out the side gate. But the FBI came and raided his house, and yes, it was very scary because I had stuff there that I had left, so they probably.
Like what?
You know, just different clothes and, you know, stuff like that. I mean, so they probably found that and thought it was Jeffrey's, but it was Jeffrey's. Which is kind of funny if you think about it. So they're like, oh, this is probably Jeffrey's shirt. And I was like, yes, it is. It's my shirt, yes.
They're onto something.
They're onto something, so. But thankfully, we're both named Jeffrey, so they're not going to get that, you know, mixed up. But yes, that was strange. But like I said,
so that was life pre-scandal. You were living the high life.
Living the high life. Scandal hits. Then I was living the low life, which is where I'm at now.
Yeah. So explain to me. So what's going on now?
It's terrible now. I mean, what would you like to know specifically? You want to know?
Just tell me about. Well, tell me what you think I would want to know about this.
Obviously,
it sounds like you. I mean, you have. I know you have stuff you want to share about.
Like
this.
I said, I was. You know, prior to the scandal, I was rolling in the. And scandal hits. I haven't had sex since. I haven't had close contact with a woman since, which it's been like when the list get released. Like
you were hooking up with a lot of girls before this.
Yes, I mean I hooked up with like 2 women in like 10 years. It was incredible, and one of them technically wasn't a woman because I got scammed by an online Indian man who made me pay him like a lot of money. You got
scammed by an online Indian man?
Yes, I thought it was a woman, and then he was impersonating a woman, but it was actually an Indian man named Rahim.
Well, then why did you say that you hooked up with 2 women if that clearly wasn't?
Because like we
hooked up with one woman.
We had online sex.
What does that mean?
I mean, you know, online sex where we pleasure ourselves through online.
Did you see him? Was it like a camera?
I think he had one of those AI things because it looked like a woman. It was like clearly a woman. And then I found out that later it was an Indian man named Rahim.
How did you find... Never mind. This is a detour.
Yes, I know. It's weird.
That's not
weird.
important.
Imagine how I felt.
Here to talk about the name.
So anyways, I was rolling in the pussy. Let's just go back to what we were saying. I was rolling in the
Okay.
Scandal hits. And just because of my name being Jeffrey Epstein, no woman wants to be associated with someone named Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, who the hell wants to be Mrs. Epstein, right? Especially to a Jeffrey. And then imagine I'm having sex with that woman and she has to scream my name out. Imagine that. Jeffrey Epstein, oh my God, Jeffrey Epstein, don't stop. No one's gonna want to have sex with anyone named Jeffrey Epstein. It's awful, and I get it. It's like, I'm trying to think of a really bad woman, like, who's a bad woman that we all know? Do you have any woman that's like bad, as bad as Jeffrey Epstein? I guess it's only men in this world that are up.
Can we really not think of a bad woman right now?
It's like having sex with Poison Ivy in Batman. Imagine having sex with Poison Ivy.
Fictional bad woman. Okay.
Imagine having sex with Poison Ivy from Batman.
But Poison Ivy, isn't she kind of hot?
She is. She's very actually, that would actually be kind of hot. Having sex with Poison Ivy. Actually, that's a bad example, but you get what I'm saying. Nobody wants to have sex with somebody named Jeffrey Epstein. So I haven't had sex in 10 years. And prior to this, I was rolling in the And then, of course, because my name's Jeffrey Epstein, now nobody wants to be associated with me. It's bullshit. I mean, look at me. I'm a great-looking guy. Who wouldn't want to have sex with me? It's literally because of my name. If it wasn't for my name, I'd be rolling in it still. But because my name happens to be Jeffrey Epstein, I cannot get any women. It sucks. It's terrible. So that's why I'm on this podcast, is just to let all the women know in the world that I'm actually a good guy. Just because my name's Jeffrey Epstein doesn't mean that I'm some sort of freak. Sorry, I'm just really emotional about this because I have a lot of built up emotion about this.
Have you tried changing your name?
Yes. Oh, yes, I have. And let me tell you why I haven't.
Why?
But we're going to have to go back in time. Because if you think it's bad that my name is Jeffrey Epstein, it gets worse. Yes. So, we're going to get into this.
This is about to get juicy.
Let's get into this.
It gets worse.
So, yes. So, I grew up in like a farm in Montana, away from all of society. And my grandparents, this was pre-World War I. They moved there from Germany. Yes, if I'm not mistaken, that's what happened. They moved there before Germany, before the bad stuff started happening over there. And my parents were obviously German, and they wanted
before World War I.
Before World War I, they moved there before all the bad stuff started happening over there in Germany.
Okay.
So they settled there. So they didn't know about anything going on around the world because, like I said, we lived in a farm, and they wanted to give me a strong German name, right? They named me Adolf Hitler. That was my real name. My birth name was Adolf Hitler.
Wait, so your last name was Hitler?
Yes.
And then your family's name was Hitler?
Hitler, yes. But we weren't related to Adolf Hitler, the real Adolf Hitler. We weren't related to them. We just happened to have the same name.
And then they happened to give you the first name.
Adolf.
Yes. No way.
Yes. And they had no idea about the real Adolf Hitler because, like I said, they all moved pre-Adolf Hitler. And we didn't have no internet access because we lived on a farm. My parents didn't believe in any of that stuff. So they had no idea. They didn't know who Adolf Hitler was. So, and I had no idea who he was either. Until I left the farm when I was 18 years old. And I started telling everyone my name was Adolf Hitler. And you could only imagine what the happened. It was even worse than this. It was way worse than the situation I'm going through now. So thankfully I have some experience. So I obviously had to change my name because nobody also wants to Adolf Hitler. Imagine that. Adolf Hitler, don't stop. Adolf Hitler, please don't stop. That's the G-spot. You're hitting it. No one wants to say that. So I found myself having to learn about history, world history, and I realized how terrible of a person Adolf Hitler was because he was awful. Probably a lot worse than Jeffrey Epstein, let's be honest. So naturally, I wanted to change my name, which I did legally. And I said, let's just go with a regular name, a common name. And I wanted to kind of play tribute to the Jews since obviously my name is Adolf Hitler and I wanted to go a complete different direction. So I went with the last name Epstein. And then I wanted to pick a regular, generic name. So I landed on Jeffrey. And I decided to name myself Jeffrey Epstein legally. And obviously, like I said, I was living the high life. Everything was going well. Everything was going great. And then boom, scandal hits. And now I'm living the low life again. It's like the world's with me. How did this happen twice in someone's life? Imagine you have the two worst names ever. Adolf Hitler and Jeffrey Epstein. How does this happen? Sorry, I just get really emotional about it because it's like, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable to even think about.
Just to clarify, so your family was a German family who moved to
Correct.
deep Montana before World War I.
Yes.
Never learned about anything.
Never.
Kept the entire family insulated.
Secluded. We were all
secluded
homeschooled.
for decades and like multiple generations.
So no one knew what was happening.
And you were like the first one to leave the farm.
I was a pioneer of my family because all my family's still there. They think it's all cool. Like they still don't even know about the scandal. I had to tell them about the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. They're like, Jeffrey who? What are you talking about? And I go, oh yeah, right. You guys don't even know who the Adolf Hitler is either. So they're completely just aloof of everything going on around them. And it must be nice for them because they're living in paradise. Ignorance is bliss, I guess.
Have you thought about moving back to the farm?
Yes, but I'm so adapted to the real world now that I can't live in a farm anymore. I'm a social butterfly. I mean, I was living the high life in Palm Beach. I mean, I can't go back to the farm. I was living as Jeffrey Epstein for years, living the high life, rolling in the sea.
Okay. Oh my God,
Yes.
I cannot believe you went from
Yes, you can only imagine.
the worst name in the world to the second worst name in the
I
world.
went from one bad to the next bad. You would never think, but yes, it is happening to me. Yes.
So, you mentioned earlier you had a job.
Oh yes, I was a substitute teacher because I love teaching kids. That's my passion. I love to teach the children, and I love children. I mean,
Oh, no.
not like Jeffrey Epstein loved children, but
I wouldn't say that.
No, but I'm saying I love them like I love teaching our younger generation. We're supposed to inspire the younger generation. And same with the sex situation. What parent wants one of their teachers to be named Jeffrey Epstein teaching their kids? I mean, that's ridiculous. So once the scandal hit, the school pulled me into the boardroom and they said, sorry, Jeffrey Epstein, but we're going to have to let you go because some of the parents are finding it very uncomfortable for Jeffrey Epstein to be teaching their children. And I kept telling them, I said, I love your children. I'm not like Jeffrey Epstein. I'm a normal Jeffrey Epstein. I'm not going to do what the bad Jeffrey Epstein did to your children. I'm just here to love and teach them. But obviously, that sounded wrong coming from Jeffrey Epstein still. So they decided to, put me on a leave of absence until further notice. But, our president still hasn't released the list. So this damn story hasn't ended yet. It's going to be years until I get reinstated. I'm probably never going to be able to get reinstated, to be honest, unless I change my name again, which I'm trying to. I submitted another name change to the government, but it takes a while because you're only allowed to change your name a certain amount of times. I think there's a 10-year span, and I'm not at the 10-year mark yet. So, yes.
What are you changing your name to now?
I don't know exactly yet, but I might, like we were saying earlier, I might change it to a woman's name because women don't do anything bad apparently. So
What woman's name would you pick?
maybe like Janice.
Janice what?
Janice Stevens.
Okay.
Just a normal name. Hopefully a Janice Stevens out there doesn't decide to do something up.
Yeah.
At least anyone famous, because I noticed that it only really matters if somebody of high power does something up. Like if Jeffrey Epstein was a nobody would care
Right.
that he did what he did.
So then, what are you doing now for work?
Well, right now, I'm unemployed. I'm just living off welfare right now because nobody wants to hire me. I mean, like I said, you can only imagine nobody wants to hire a Jeffrey Epstein. I've been to thousands of interviews and they go, nice to meet you. My name's John. They go, what's your name? What am I going to say? I go, Jeffrey Epstein. And exactly, they start doing that. And they go, this guy's got a sense of humor. I like that. Seriously, what's your name? And I go, no, I'm being serious. It's Jeffrey Epstein. And they're obviously like nice about it because they see my, social security and my identification. So they clarify it and they're like, okay, well, I'm sorry, but we're not going to have someone named Jeffrey Epstein selling our scooters.
You applied for a scooter salesman job?
I was trying to sell one of the, those e-scooters that the kids are driving, and I, because like I said, I want to help the kids, and the kids love e-scooters, so I figured, maybe this is a way I can contribute to the children. So I wanted to, sell e-scooters to kids, and yes, they didn't like that idea at all, so they didn't allow me to sell their scooters, because what kid wants to buy a scooter from Jeffrey Epstein? That would be obviously not cool, so... So I've been unemployed. I tried Uber, but you can only imagine when you request an Uber and it says Jeffrey Epstein, you're probably going to cancel that Uber. So I wasn't getting a lot of,
Jeffrey Epstein's coming to pick you up.
Jeffrey Epstein's coming to pick you up. That's what he would say. So I wasn't getting a lot of car rides, and nobody would request me as a driver. So I tried Uber Eats. Also, nobody wants a Jeffrey Epstein delivering their food as well. So I couldn't do that, so I basically am on unemployment right now, and it's very tough for me to find any work whatsoever, which is awful, by the way, because I'm a good guy. I have a lot of qualities in this life. I can do a lot of things with my hands, and like I said, I'm really good with kids. So if there's anybody watching this podcast who has any, jobs out there that requires, hands-on with kids, let me know, because I'm really good working with kids, and I love kids, like I said, but not in the way Jeffrey Epstein did. Not in that way, just in a way that I want to teach them and make them better people. That's it. I'm really good with kids.
Have you what's your social media life been like?
I had to delete my account.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Yes, because you can only imagine all of the hate that I was getting on my social medias. I was getting trolled, getting death threats. Even though I'm not the real Jeffrey Epstein, I don't understand. So every time I post a picture with me and my dog, or me and my family, they'd say, "Die, you're going to hell," or "You're worthless, you shouldn't even be alive." And they would say things like that, and I got in a really dark place and got pretty depressed and had to go to therapy about it. And my therapist just recommended I delete my account. So I'm off the grid once again, and I don't even have an online social presence anymore because of my name. And I tried to start kind of like a burner account with a different name, so at least I can change my name there. But anytime I would do that and follow people, they would see me with a different name, and they would think that it was a fake account from all my friends. They'd call me, they go, Jeffrey, somebody started an account with a different name. Is that you? And I'd say it was me, but once again, they don't want to be associated with me in any way, which I don't blame them, because who the hell wants to be associated with a Jeffrey Epstein? So, yes, I deleted my socials, all of them.
Okay.
It sucks. It's terrible.
Have you heard of Palm Beach Pete?
Oh, yes. I've heard of Palm Beach, what is it, Palm Beach Pete? Yes.
Yeah.
He's been blowing up online because apparently he looks like the real Jeffrey Epstein. And to be honest, he's in a way better position than me, because obviously his name's not Jeffrey Epstein. He looks like Jeffrey Epstein, but his name's not Jeffrey Epstein. So he could still get away with, applying for jobs, rolling in the but not me. I'd way rather look like Jeffrey Epstein than have the name Jeffrey Epstein. Let's be honest. What would you think? What do you think?
Palm Beach Pete seems to be probably look like him, right?
Right? Yes.
Because your situation is not going too well.
It's going awful.
Palm Beach Pete, he seems to be doing fine. He's he was on a Nelk Boys podcast.
Yes, the Nelk Boys. Yes, they love him. They want to party with him. They flew him out because he looks like Jeffrey Epstein, but he's not named Jeffrey Epstein. I didn't get a call from the Nelk Boys. Nelk Boys, I'm the real Jeffrey Epstein. Why are you flying at Palm?
No, you're not. Or, well, you are, but you're not.
But my name is Jeffrey Epstein. I'm saying I'm Jeffrey Epstein. So if anything, you should be flying me first class.
And partying with you.
And partying with you guys, because I'm big fans of the Nelk Boys. So I don't understand why they didn't give me a call. I didn't get a call from the Nelk Boys. So if you're out there, Jeffrey Epstein's here. So give me a call, because I'll be at home doing nothing because I don't have a job.
So you'd rather look like Jeffrey than Jeffrey.
I'd way rather look like Jeffrey Epstein than actually be called Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Because Palm Beach Pete is living the high life right now. He's basically living like me 10 years ago, flying around. Everyone's recording him in his freaking car, driving around town. He's loving it. He's loving it. I see him online. Him.
So if the real Jeffrey Epstein had invited you to the island, would you have gone pre-Nelk knowing about all the stuff? Because obviously you wouldn't have gone if you knew about everything that was going on.
Yes, obviously.
But
it's a tough situation because obviously if pre-scandal, no one really, I mean, I guess people probably knew. I mean, come on. Like if one of my friends was doing what he was doing, I would know about it, you know? Like your best friend. You think you would know if he was fiddling around with underage people? Probably, right? So if I didn't know, probably, I mean, who wouldn't want to get flown first class to a private island? I mean, that's probably why a lot of people went, right? They probably didn't know you have this rich guy flying you out to an island. They probably didn't realize till they got there, like, wow, people look pretty young here. Like, where are we? You know? So I may have went. I wouldn't have done anything, obviously. I want to clarify, I wouldn't have done anything, but, you know, I probably would have went to Jeffrey Epstein's island for sure, but I wouldn't have done anything. But like post, you know, scandal, no, definitely not. I would have not. I don't want to be associated with him at all. I hate people like him that do that to our young. I don't like that. Like I said, I try to help our young, not do what he does.
And you think they should release that list?
Yes. I've been begging them. I've been calling them to like release the damn list already. And the reason why is because once they release the list, we can finally move on from society and move on from this Jeffrey Epstein. Because if they don't release the list, who do they keep talking about?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein.
But you don't think that even after they release the list, I feel like your name is still
Of course
tarnished.
it's going to be tarnished, of course. But at least I won't be in the media constantly. Because right now, I'm constantly, my name in the media.
Yeah, like every time you go onto X.
Yes, it's release the Epstein list.
Yeah.
Release the Epstein list. Were you friends with Jeffrey Epstein? Were you friends with Jeffrey
So
Epstein?
you never crossed paths with him?
Oh, I
did you?
Yes, no, I saw him at a couple parties, yes.
While you were impersonating him?
Well, he didn't know I was impersonating him. I didn't tell him that.
You
I didn't tell him, obviously.
You didn't go up to him and say, hey, Jeffrey,
No.
I'm
But
impersonating you and squatting in your house?
Of course not, because he probably would have killed me or something, you know? He is a powerful man. But I did tell him my name was Jeffrey Epstein, and he got a kick out of it. Yes.
Really? What was that like?
He said, no way. He goes, my name is Jeffrey Epstein. And I go, yes, that's why I told you my name is Jeffrey Epstein too. Because I knew who he was, obviously. Everyone knew who Jeffrey Epstein was. But he obviously didn't know me.
What part? Where was this?
This was at Mar-a-Lago.
I thought you might say that. What were you doing at Mar-a-Lago?
Yes, I was. Yes, it was. I laughed because it was such a funny time. We had such fun times there. But yeah, I was at Mar-a-Lago. Here's what happened. I was impersonating Jeffrey Epstein once again because he had the real Jeffrey Epstein he was a member at Mar-a-Lago. So I went there knowing that. I go, oh, if he's a member there, I can go hang out at Mar-a-Lago, you know? So I was hanging out at Mar-a-Lago as Jeffrey Epstein. Next thing I know, Jeffrey and Trump both come in. And there was a party at one of the rooms in there, and I just, you know, I went in there. I just wanted to give it a look because I was already in there. So I went in there and I saw the Don, and I saw Jeffrey hanging out, and that's when I walked up to them and I said, "Hey, Jeffrey Epstein, huge fan." But this is pre everything went out, by the way. I'm not saying I'm a huge fan now. I hate him. He's a terrible person. But he was a pretty cool guy. I mean, everyone knew who he was. I mean, he was the talk of the town, really. So I went up to Jeffrey. I said, "Jeffrey, huge fan. You're not going to believe this. I'm not joking with you. My name is also Jeffrey Epstein." And then him and Donald both laughed. I remember Donald, he said, "This guy's funny. I like this guy." So I told him that, and we all had shots together, me, Donald, and Jeffrey Epstein. We were throwing back some Don Julio, and we got
For the Don?
For the Don, we got me, Don, and Jeffrey.
I thought Trump doesn't drink.
No, he drinks. He just says that night he got up. Let me tell you, we had a night. I actually don't even remember what happened that night because we were slamming Don Julio, and yeah, we basically were slamming Don Julio, and then Jeffrey invited me back to his house, and it was just me, Jeffrey, and the Don, and it was great because it was actually the house I was squatting in. But he had no idea, so he's giving me the tour, and I had to pretend like I didn't know what this was. So he was like, "This is my indoor spa," and I was like, "Wow, I'd never seen a spa like that before," even though I had used the spa that morning. So it was crazy. And then he saw my clothes there, and he goes, "Oh well, I don't remember buying this shirt." And I go, "Yeah, that guy you must have style because that's a cool shirt," but it was really my shirt. It was hilarious. Anyways, but we were all up on
He saw your stuff.
He saw my stuff and he thought it was his. He goes, I don't remember buying this shirt. And I go, that's strange. It's a cool shirt though. You have great style. And he goes, yeah, I guess so. And he was so about Don Julio, he didn't really think about it. So we all ended up passing out on a bunch of his massage chairs, because I don't know why. Like I said, he had a bunch of massage chairs around the apartment for some reason, or the house for some reason. So I don't know why he had so many of it. And I woke up and I was naked for some reason. I don't know what that was about. And I was like, I had a bunch of oil on me. I don't know. We must have jumped in the pool or something. I don't know. Anyways, I was really blacked out drunk. I woke up.
Why would you have oil on you?
I don't know. Let's not get into that though, because I don't really remember. I was on Don Julio. We all woke up covered in baby oil, me, Don, and Jeffrey. And I cleaned myself up, and I was so hungover. I went to Starbucks, and I got us all Frappuccino lattes. And it was great because, like I said, Jeffrey was the talk of the town. So all the baristas knew who Jeffrey Epstein was. So they gave me free Frappuccinos for me, Donald, and Jeffrey. And it was great, flourishing, like I said. Now, I can't even say my name at a Starbucks. It's terrible. So I was getting free Starbucks all the time in Palm Beach. And now when I go to Starbucks and they say what my name is, I have to like lie and say a different name, because obviously they're not going to be like, we have a Frappuccino for Jeffrey Epstein. No, they wouldn't say that, because last time I gave my name, the barista spit in my face. Yes.
It was
a barista. Yeah, she spit in my face. She said,
what?
She said, you're sick, and spit in my face. And I said, that's my real name. I'm not associated with that Jeff Epstein.
But she saw that you're clearly not him.
Yes, but she thought I was joking.
Oh, she thought it was a joke.
She thought I was doing some sort of sick joke. And I said, no, that's my real name.
Okay.
So it sucks. Even when I get pulled over by the cops, it's always a sick joke with them too. They just laugh at me. They go, license and registration, please. And I always am like so timid giving it to them, because I already know they're going to start laughing at me. Last time I got pulled over, the cop looked at it and he said, you must have a real tough life. And I said, yes, I do. And he goes, it's about to get tougher, because I'm giving you a ticket for speeding. And then I was like, I'm at a stop sign. I wrote a stop sign. He goes, yes, but your name's Jeffrey Epstein, and I just want to make your life a lot worse. So
that's not very nice.
Yes, it's not nice. That's what I'm saying. But everyone hates this guy so much that they're just putting all their anger and hate towards me. It sucks. So I don't even want to drive anymore, because I'm afraid I'm going to get pulled over and then they're going to give me more tickets.
How did you get here?
I walked here.
From where?
Downtown LA. Yeah, it was a long walk.
It's a long...
Yes.
What?
I left at 4 a.m. to get here. I left at 4 a.m. I walked from downtown LA to here.
You just walk everywhere now because you're afraid of being pulled over by a cop?
I walk or I ride a bike, but my bike's at the shop right now. So I had to walk here just to do the Sketchy Podcast. So
thank you for coming.
Of course. Thank you for having me, because I really wanted to like clear my name. And I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job. What do you think?
I guess so.
I think I'm doing pretty good. I think people are going to start to understand the depth of Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, I really can't do anything in this life. Like, I really wanted to get into acting, you know. That was kind of another passion of mine, but obviously no one's going to cast someone named Jeffrey Epstein.
You want to be an actor?
Yes. I'm very talented, by the way. I was an actor in high school. I did a lot of plays, but obviously, like I said...
when you were growing up on the farm?
Yes. I did it. I used to reenact with my brothers a lot. We used to put on plays in the farm, and it was great.
Who was your audience?
We would just do it for the love of it. We would act with each other, you know. We didn't because I'm a true actor. I don't do it for the applause. I don't do it for the recognition. I do it because I love it, and that's how I know that I love acting, because like I said, I just do it for the love of it. And but I can't be an actor because, like I said, I mean, who the hell wants to see, you know, what producers want to see Jeffrey Epstein up there next to like Brad Pitt? It's gonna be like starring Brad Pitt, starring Jeffrey Epstein, directed by, you know, Scorsese. So that dream went out the window, because my name is just so toxic, and no one's gonna buy tickets to someone named Jeffrey Epstein, sadly. Yes.
Okay. Do you have any final statements that you would like to share with our audience?
Yes. I have a lot of things I want to share with your audience, and just know that I'm not like Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, I may be Jeffrey Epstein, but I'm not Jeffrey Epstein. I'm a good person, and I just want to help kids. I want to make them better people. I was put on this earth, me, Jeffrey Epstein, to inspire the next generation of children. That's all I want to do. So, if you have a child out there, and you want to, have some sort of mentor to mentor them, Jeffrey Epstein can do that. Or formerly known as Adolf Hitler. So don't be afraid to hit me up on Facebook at the Jeffrey Epstein group. And I promise you, all 15 of Jeffrey Epsteins will respond. Because all of us are good people. Okay? So you don't have to judge just off of somebody else's error. Because I'm a human being. And I'm sick of it. I just want to be normal again. And if you're a woman out there, just know that I'm gentle. Okay? And I would treat you well. A lot better than probably some of these guys out there that are, treating you guys awful. Me, Jeffrey Epstein, will make sure that you are treated like the most beautiful, respected woman out there. So if you're a woman out there, just know that I would be a great boyfriend or husband for you. I would pamper you at night. I would give you massages at night. Even though that sounds kind of wrong. But it's not wrong because girls love massages. I don't see why it would be wrong for me, Jeffrey Epstein, to give you a massage. Okay? As long as you're of age, I think it would be fine, right? Right? It'd be fine to give you a massage. So I would do that every night. I would give you a massage. And it wouldn't be weird or creepy or anything. It would be normal, like a normal massage, like a deep tissue massage from me, Jeffrey Epstein. So just know that is on the table. Okay? And if you're an employer and you want to hire somebody who's dedicated and who knows how to work hard, me, Jeffrey Epstein, I'm the guy. Give me a call. Also hit me up on Facebook. Okay? All Jeffrey Epsteins, we're all looking for work. We're all unemployed. So you have 15 dedicated Jeffrey Epsteins willing to work for you guys. There's a whole army of us Jeffrey Epsteins, all 15 of us. I'm not here just for me, Jeffrey Epstein. I'm here for all of the Jeffrey Epsteins out there who are suffering and who are being degraded and who aren't given a chance to live a normal life.
Except for the bad Jeffrey Epstein.
Except for the bad Jeffrey Epstein, yes, of course, yes. Except for the bad Jeffrey Epstein.
You don't represent him.
We do not represent that Jeffrey Epstein. Him. Whether he's dead or alive, I don't know. There's rumors that he might be alive. And if he is alive, and if you're hearing this, Jeffrey Epstein, you! You ruined all of our Jeffrey Epstein lives because of you! Your mistake ruined 15 more lives! We're just as much victims as the other victims that you have victimized! So yes, there's good Jeffrey Epsteins out there in the world. And I want you all to know, everyone out there, the millions of fans watching the Sketchy Podcast, Jeffrey Epstein is a good guy. Not that Jeffrey, this Jeffrey Epstein and the other 15 that are on the Facebook Jeffrey Epstein group. We're all great guys who are willing to give women massages, who are open to it without it being creepy or weird, obviously, like I said. So like I said, if you're a woman out there and you want to be given a massage by Jeffrey Epstein, I'm here. And it's not going to be creepy. And also, like I said, the children who are out there looking for a mentor, Jeffrey Epstein's here to mentor you guys. Not in a weird way. We're victims. All 15 of us Jeffrey Epsteins. Nobody ever talks about that. Nobody talks about the victimizations of the other Jeffrey Epsteins. But we're out here. I'm sorry, I don't mean to get emotional, but I've been living a tough life. I've been secluded for a long time. I think that's all I have to say.
Holy shit.
Thank you guys for listening to me, Jeffrey Epstein, and about my troubles and how I'm a victim. Wouldn't you agree?
It sounds like you're living a pretty rough life with this name.
It's a rough life. I'm a victim. I just wanted to set the record straight. I hope everyone has a deeper understanding of me, Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for all the pain that you're going through.
It's fine. I mean, I've gotten used to it being Adolf Hitler and Jeffrey Epstein all in one lifetime.
Wow.
Yes.
Just before we go, were there any instances with the Adolf Hitler thing that come to mind that were
yes.
shocking for you?
I mean, It was very similar. I mean, I literally couldn't get hired anywhere. Women didn't want to have sex with me, like I said. And, you know, Jewish people hated me, obviously. I was, like, frowned upon. And
Any specific instances or that come to mind?
trying to think of situations. I mean, there were so many incidences. One girl tried to kill me once, which was crazy. I mean, it was a girl I was dating.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm so glad that you were able to come onto the Sketchy Podcast and set the record straight for all of our viewers. I hope you guys have learned a lot from this very educational, informative podcast that we have here.
Yes, and thank you for having me. I feel like I really feel a lot better now that people in the world are going to understand that Jeffrey Epstein is not that bad of a guy.
You.
Me, Jeff. Not that Jeffrey.
Not that one.
Me, Jeffrey.
The other one's bad.
Not that one, but the other, me and the other 15 Jeffrey Epsteins are all good guys and are willing to give massages and work with children as well in a non-creepy way.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm so grateful that you were able to make the very, very long walk here.
Thank you. Yes, I'm going to have to walk back.
Yeah, and you did that in sandals?
Yes. My feet hurt
That
really
doesn't
bad.
hurt. Yeah, they do hurt.
They do. I'm going to have to ice these bad boys when I get home.
Yeah, I would guess so.
I'm going to have a little ice bath.
Okay. Wow. Well, I hope you guys had a great time on this podcast, and we will see you soon for the next one.
I'll see you guys later. Jeffrey Epstein out.
All right. Thanks, Jeffrey.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Yes.